Any luck finding one of those? No kidding. Really? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum. 2 whole data pads. Well, don't keep me. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. Aside from you.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit.
I've never seen the Capsule library.
I've never seen the camp so lively.
I've never seen the camp so lively.
I've never seen the camp so lively.
Something I... Fresh off the limb. Fresh off the limb, and that includes candy. Fresh off the limb. Something I... Fresh off the limb, and that... Something I can help. Fresh off the limb.
Where are we headed?
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. What, you mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had... Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared. Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of the mass market? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace. I'm great at... No. I insinuated myself into their... I don't know. The vital processes, like... Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some... I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided... Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out... I've got... I'm...
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know... You pretty much did my job for me. Let me know if I can do something for you. I don't...
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better... All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's, I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business. You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time.
Where are we headed?
You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal saving. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only... I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature, and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's... I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money.
Hello? Are you still there?
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Power's gone. Law knows how long.
Just as I was on the mend. You what?
Does it feel good? Robbing an old man of a... Betray a man in his final hours? Of course, I understand. So, you're just here to watch...
I put my whole life in that cannery.
You must be very proud.
Are we getting paid or not?
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Didn't anyone ever tell you not to go rifling? Excuse you. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein already... Never mind. I don't have... Somebody's been spinning a tale about a lost colony ship. Talk like... Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth and... Yeah. I don't understand. I found Eugene's body. He was plagued? Oh, Law, that's awful. This is all a little too much for me to take in. But I guess if Eugene wasn't a...
Maybe Adelaide was right to leave.
Desertion is a criminal offense. Punishable by...
Power's out, but I can't just leave my goods unattended. Music to my... Spacer's Choice, the brand of... Music to my... Music to my...
Why are all the lights? Open the door.
Not a chance. The last thing we need is for everyone to get sick at a time like this.
Huh? What?
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I get... Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body, the night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, when I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was... Let me know if you find any. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. Hey. Yeah?
Is Reed hiding in there?
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it... We pay by the finger. What... Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of... I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. I'll just need your signature here, here, here. Something to... As long as you're...
Send this quick! Don't mess with us!
Are we getting paid or not?
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it. We pay by the Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the... Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Ever since the company first settled the Veil. Life's good out here. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn Marauder. None of them. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime. What's on your... As long as...
Saying long?
Somehow
You some sort of freelancer?
heard you've been taking down Marauders.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought... I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. Yeah, huh? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folk. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen. Maybe so. But we don't think on it that way. Yeah.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar. Oh, I eventually learned how to channel it into my quest for knowledge. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variant. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is... I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my life. I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. What about you? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the... That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it... Oh, I see. You have my condolences. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If... That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to... All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry... I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the philosophist's... Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during... I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security. Thank you, Captain.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Step 1. Pick up your power regulator. Step 2. Approach the terminal located in our engine room. Step 3. Insert power regulator. Step 4. Celebrate. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colon. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's the board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on arrived at the groundbreaker.
Let's talk when you're free. Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady... I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got... I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long. I figured Junlei and I could confabulate, and maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you. I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders and the like. There's tricks about ships All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth... Did you want to talk about something? Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. He meant funny, as in... It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing so. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower. And stiffer. He made a... know, I miss him, sure enough. But he's a fond memory. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects, or listen to my fretting. What? You want me to leave? Oh. Sometimes I can hear Vicar.
Ready when you are.
Ready when you are.
Smells like...
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few... days before it reaches critical.
That's not the point. This hack would just...
Hey, no offense, but I don't think this walking salt tuna can's gonna appreciate you interrupting.
Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want a truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. You know something? I am lucky. I ought to raise a glass of 0G to my fortune, if I had the bits. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
It's always fucking freezing in the base.
What do you think you're doing? Nice doing business with you.
Here they come.
Hold it right there! What do you think? I don't want any trouble out of you.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
You learned to...
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down. You learned to keep...
Yeah, I've done work for Subway. Gotta pay the bill somehow. Hold it right there! What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you. If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
Gonna head to Varus for whiskey and darts. Maybe not in that order.
Customs and inspection. If you got a complaint, right this way. File it at security.
Identification, please. Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in... I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then, I'd take the safety off my gun and kindly ask you to move...
It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space!
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their... If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled... Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But, Udom's... Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems... Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you... Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belt. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freight. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Are you pulling my leg? You got a funny sense of humor, friend. Can't say I much get it, but I admire it. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were a bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then by... Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and Wildcat Miner. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen near... Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing. A few years before, once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked this. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around, drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't wait. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. All right. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the... I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every... Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system... This really must be your first time here. There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for ground... Not that he would, being a board man and all. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
If you got a maintenance issue, take it to Chief Junlei. She's in engineering.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the... something vexing. Yes, well, now that we're here, can we check in with security? I'd like...
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew the Scholar, shipped in and out with.
There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said it... His name was Grant?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard him.
Hey there. Be seeing.
Heading back. So what's the plan?